This is a Headgum podcast.
So many segments, thank the Lord above. Thank the Lord above. But let's start again. Next we have Arnold Schwarzenegger family tree, one-star sex toy reviewee, feet big salesman, subway letters, Gareth trains to fight a live gorilla, yeah. Don't drop the omelette, what's that smell? Car stuck in a field or Andrew Garfield, popped up confessions, fight your own dad. There's so many segments. Next we have.
All right, welcome back to Next We Have another episode against all odds. Listen, I mean, I think at this point we're through the first episode. We got through it together, and now we know what the show is about. The show is about an hour long. Outside of that, I'm not really sure. It's just quick hits, and we have a great show today. I'm excited to start a couple reoccurring segments. But the first thing we're going to get into are, we brought in a couple guests who have a great podcast called Broad Ideas, Rachel Bilson and Olivia Allen. I've been on their show a couple times. The last time was by myself. We talked a lot about dating and what that's like and do's and don'ts. So we thought it would be fun to kind of do a little bit of a dating-themed segment with them. And have a listen. All right, we're into a segment on the show. Started.
Great. We're in.
I'm here with Rachel Bilson and Olivia Allen. You guys have a podcast called Broad Ideas. I did that.
Yep. Yeah.
And a lot of people are talking, because that was probably months ago at this point.
Everybody's
Your
talking. Episode was the biggest.
People liked it?
Love.
Thank you so much. We talked a lot about dating and things like that, and so we thought we'd structure this in like a kind of some sort of dating genre.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have a favorite of all time, like dating TV show or reality show?
Dating TV show? Oh,
yeah.
Like Love is Blind?
Yeah, like one of those.
Like that.
Yeah, is that your favorite?
That's my favorite.
What about you, Olivia?
I like the old school dating
I was going to say,
game.
she likes the Newlywed Game. I swear to God, like an old...
Oh, yeah.
I
like
love
the
the
dating
Newlywed Game. I love those. So what if we combine the era, like, what about, did you ever watch the show Blind Date?
Of course.
With Roger Lodge?
Roger Lodge.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Blind Date.
So we thought we could kind of just go through one of the, what is heralded in the annals of the internet as one of the worst blind dates ever. And kind of go through it.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
I wish we got to go on one.
Well,
I think I'm sure you've been on one.
You've been on blind dates?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I bet you have too.
Never.
Never?
Never.
Really? I never have either.
Never?
No.
Never.
Not one?
I don't think so.
Blind date.
I was never a big let me set you up with my friend kind of person. That nobody was ever like hanging out with me and was like, you should.
I got one for you.
Yeah, you should go hang out with my friend. People are like, all right, it seems like a bit of a problem, but hopefully someone figures this out that I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. All right, well, I know you guys have limited time, so we should probably just jump in and start watching this episode of Blind Date with Roger Lodge. Remember Therapist Joe? For people who don't know, this now when you watch it, you will be like, it'll be kind of nostalgic in a way, but you're also like, I really liked this because it is the
really
little,
creepy.
It's kind of weird and just the little things that pop up it's a strange watch. But
it's been a while.
But feel free to say stop, and we'll have a moment to chat on whatever.
I thought you meant stop because you just can't watch it.
Or if you don't want to do the show anymore, if you're allowed to say stop at any point. I'm super into consent on this show. So if at any point you don't want it to keep going, you just go stop and you can walk out, honestly. All right, you want to start playing it?
I definitely say my wild side comes out after I have a few beers in me.
A good kisser is key.
I
Someone's a bad kisser.
Can you full screen it for us, Kevin?
Too much makeup, too slutty of an outfit, total turn off.
I always go for guys with a sense
crazy?
of humor.
But a girl that's definitely honest is going to be blunt with you and not play games. That's a turn on.
Yeah, I think I can be really sarcastic at times.
I like a girl that is definitely down to go out, have a good time.
Okay, well, let's stop real quick. Because it is, I honestly think any guy who has the facial hair of Smash Mouth is not really allowed to be like, I don't like sluts.
I thought he said he did.
Oh, did he say he liked them?
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
No,
he
I don't think he
doesn't?
does.
He doesn't like them to dress slutty or
I
wear
thought he
too
was like,
much
slutty
makeup.
outfits turn on.
I like slutty girls.
I was like, well, he's honest.
Yeah.
I would have appreciated that more.
I would have too.
Yeah.
I
because
think
he's lying.
Well, and he's also like...
It is. It's just the line.
But it's also controlling.
It is the chin strap
yeah.
beard.
It's special.
It really is a slice of time. So what is this? This is like 2000 probably?
90 something.
Yeah.
He's got a puka shell necklace under there.
I'm not, Olivia, there's something I have to tell you.
Oh,
you do too.
uh-oh.
When I moved to LA,
Shit.
I really died on the hill of the puka shell.
Oh, no. No, you didn't.
I did. I tried. I hung in there but I got it on a vacation. Not that probably makes it worse. But I got it somewhere and I was
Where?
like, the Bahamas. And I think one time I came back with beaded hair.
But now we know why no one set you up on a blind date.
Yeah, there was
necklace.
eventually I wore the red flags internally, but at that time they were around my neck.
Okay.
All right, so here we go.
Drunka, burning love, everybody.
Yep, not good.
Where? Oh, wait.
Sweet,
is that in
thank
the
you.
valley?
It probably is.
Yeah.
All right, bottoms up.
Wait.
Okay.
Look at the thought bubbles they give them.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Shots, 2 shots. Stop.
Hey, can we get a-
Yeah. So what do you think of?
Did he burp? Really?
I think a lot about him.
Olivia, go ahead. What are your first thoughts? He's got a horrible facial hair, but he seems like a douchebag.
He
completely.
is a douchebag.
Yeah. Why is it that? But doesn't that work sometimes? Isn't that
For what?
For what?
doesn't? I'm not like. But
Yeah.
the douchebags get away with a lot when it comes to
Like-
dating.
Like get away with getting them in their bed?
Well, there seems to be a demographic for the douchebag.
There is.
Yeah.
There's for sure a demographic for the douchebag, but that demographic, I'm not even gonna.
Go.
No.
Why? Come
Get in
on.
trouble. Get in trouble.
Make the clip. No. What do you mean? I think they're like I think the douchebags are damaged for sure. And maybe they fill a damaged hole in others.
I feel like they're not damaged.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You think that they're just
douchebags because they're not damaged.
because they've had it
take.
too easy. They've just kind of
Yeah.
become douchebags.
They can be a douchebag.
Because they get away with it.
Right.
You know
Is
what,
it mo-
Rachel? You're right.
I know.
You're right.
Right?
They haven't been broken enough
No.
to have
you,
humility.
listen, you have to be broken to be funny. I
think-
know you can agree with me on that.
I don't know what you're talking about. Babe. Hit play.
Hey, can we get 2 more shots of Jaeger and some more margarita?
Jaeger.
No.
Wait, all right, hold on.
It's got
Pause.
the chills.
Jaeger. Oh
is-
my God.
It's so much.
Say it like he did it.
Can I get 2 more shots of Jaeger and maybe another margarita?
But if you did that, I'd be in. I'd be like,
Really?
oh, but it's specific because you'd be doing it like that and you wouldn't be serious.
It wouldn't happen. It really wouldn't. I don't think I would be able to. I wouldn't be able to muster
Oh
it.
my God.
What do you think about, like, if you go on a first date, do you want to do dinner? What is that? What do you think?
Do you feel weird eating food in front of somebody?
Yeah, for the first one.
I agree. First one, I feel like that's second base.
First one, I feel like
Eating
drinks.
yeah.
I feel weird. I just feel like if you go out with someone on your first date and you're eating, I feel judged. I'm not judging
Yeah,
as much as I'm like,
100%. And you can't
there's enchilada on my chin.
Yeah, what's in my teeth?
I'm a pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think girls want to feel like a guy is
They
spending
want to see if
the
the guy's
most
going
amount
to
of
pay
money.
for dinner. I knew she was
Yeah.
going to say that.
Yeah, I'll pay for whatever, but it's
I'm
like
not going to eat it.
well,
Yeah.
that would be hilarious if I was like, you eat. I like to watch. And then the little thought bubble comes up. It's like, this guy's fucking weird. I like to watch you eat. Can I order your meal?
How about just
Love
no
you. Thank
first date?
Hold on, pause it.
What do
does
you mean?
that mean?
What do you mean? No
No first date? Get married? Are you Mormon? Arranged?
No first date.
Who likes a first date?
What are you going to, how are you going to skip it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, let's go for a walk or
That's
ice
a date,
cream.
though.
I know.
That's a date.
but, like,
There's no, you have to at some point meet each
You're
other
right.
and have a
I
conversation.
feel like having a text exchange for an extended time is a better entry.
Do you?
I
See, I
do.
don't agree. I don't agree.
You
I
need a
think
phone
you have
call?
to meet them.
No, I think that I mean, I think like, it would be like you maybe like some communication, obviously, because
Yeah.
then you want to go on a date. But then I feel like I would rather save it for real world conversation while I watch her eat whatever I've ordered.
One time I got set up on a blind date and the guy left me a phone message saying, I saw your picture. I think you're so fucking cute. I want to knock your teeth out, buy you new ones, and buy you a tiger.
See, he had me for a minute. And your reaction was,
She slept with him the first date.
my husband and I are very happy.
So that's how I met my husband.
You didn't go out with him.
I did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
And
No,
I
I
can see it
liked
going
it.
either way. Yeah, yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, okay.
I felt like that's at least unique.
Kevin's trying to Kevin's got the like a buzzer basically where he's just like, all right guys, let's get back to
There's
the
a lot left in the video.
Yeah, I know. All right. So there's a lot of empty drinks. They're getting drunk.
Those are a lot.
A lot.
You ready to blow this popsicle stand and get some more booze?
What?
So do you want to blow the
Booze?
popsicle stand and got more buzz?
No, I just told you in general, I'm not a fan of facial hair. I'm just not.
Oh, come on, you
Well, he
love
doesn't
Most
have
girls aren't.
Yeah.
it. Somebody has to shave my beard?
It's not a beard.
Are you gonna kiss me if I shave my beard?
If I shove
Can I
him a
get a
beard.
shot and a razor, please?
Oh God, this guy is painful.
It's bad. Every time you think maybe
Painful.
he might pull it out of the nosedive, he starts talking
Ooh.
further.
Just no talking.
Yeah. And what do you think? Does she seem into it?
No.
I feel like she is a little bit.
She really likes that she's on this TV
Yeah,
show.
okay. All right. Maybe
Oh,
that's
really?
what it is.
Yeah.
I feel like he's awful, but she is drinking a lot, which is maybe she's like, all
Maybe
right.
she likes to drink. I feel like she's a little guarded.
Yeah. Well, who wouldn't be when you're surrounded by this guy? All right. Go ahead, Kevin. I know you're dying.
Earlier, you razor the shape.
Beautiful.
By the way,
Good one.
hold on. Stop it for a second.
Goatee.
The writers on this show were really,
I mean,
well, I don't know why the waitress had to take shrapnel.
yeah. Why?
And then
What's
I think
she
they're
doing?
about to shave his beard with whipped cream at the bar.
Hold on. They just happen to have that at the bar. Okay.
I think it's whipped
Whipped cream.
But they have a razor?
That's fair to flag for sure. Yeah, you're right with that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's like
questions.
people like this who keep coming in and they're like, we sell razors for douchebags.
It's just him.
Yeah, it's just him.
douchebags.
He like had a full beard there last week. They were like, just get rid of part of that.
One part at a time.
Yeah. All right. So his little thought bubble says, "This better get me laid."
Oh my God.
She's shaving him. She's
Oh my
shaving him with
God.
whipped cream.
I swear.
Stop. That's not going to be good for his face.
I'm fine.
You guys. Why did
Wait,
you do
they
that?
did.
Oh my God.
I bought that too. I thought that
No, I Why?
Olivia's so let down.
I'm torn up inside.
Why? Because
Why did
he
they have
sucks
to
so
do
hard?
that?
No, just that gross.
Yeah,
me
that
out.
was gross. That was the
so
blind date.
unnecessary.
That was the blind date punch up though.
That was
Yeah. But he's now shaving. She's shaving him. She
Oh my
has to
God.
like him a little bit.
You guys.
Smooth
Ugh.
Oh no.
Ah,
No. No.
See?
No. No.
All right. So she
Ew.
did kiss him.
Oh my God.
All right. Wait.
what?
Stop.
She's
Stop.
just
Real
drunk.
quick, Kevin. Go ahead. Please say whatever. It's a safe space.
I can't.
I know.
think she's just drunk.
Oh my God.
I think she must be drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the worst sound since
It's a vibe.
Margarita.
Oh my God. This is everything wrong with the late 90s.
It would
Okay.
be great to look him up now and find out that he's
I think
like,
you should have him on the show.
I bet he's a congressman.
Oh my
All
God.
right, I know it's painful. We're almost done. All right, keep going. Let's see.
Oh no.
You love it.
Everything he does
I
is
think you're
turning my
very beautiful and
vagina
very
inside out.
sexy and attractive.
I think that's a
Booyah, back
penis.
at me. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
Oh my God.
See,
What do you think? What do you think?
what happened was
You're
they
allowed to
kissed,
skin. 'Cause you're a smooth
and he got really cocky.
Oh. Oh.
See.
Smooth operator.
That's the shave drink.
You love it.
Ew.
The shave drink
Oh
just
my
fell in her
God.
lap.
No. Oh.
You love it.
Ew.
Mwah.
Ew.
You love it.
I'm so. Oh my God.
Yeah. Where's my beer?
Oh my God.
Where's my beer?
Oh, he's like,
Yeah,
I
let's
hope
do
he's
that
sober
right
now.
It's not like I peed on her yet.
I don't know what to say.
You know what to say.
Ooh.
It's just Eminem damaged a lot of white men.
What? Yeah.
It really.
No. Are you mad at me?
See, wait, hold on real quick though, because he had her. He somehow
did.
did have her,
He did.
and then he lost her.
It was the camera.
The camera pushed him.
He lost his beard.
The beard was the magic.
The beard.
It's like
beard
a
was
dragon
magic.
tail.
No, he spilled his fucking drink on her. Anytime
he spilled
a
his
dude
drink
is
and he
that
didn't
drunk.
and he didn't say sorry.
No.
He just kept
He
saying you
just
love
kept
it.
going,
Love it.
ooh, ooh.
Yeah. He really, it was not okay. All right, let's see. Because maybe she's still in.
Oh.
Can I get your number?
Can I get your number?
Ugh.
Yeah.
What did she say?
You're very beautiful.
She said no, basically.
Oh my God, wait. No, he's just there, waiting. No.
Okay, so she
Okay, I like her.
she pulled out the nose that. Now,
Yeah.
can I just ask very quickly?
Yeah.
What is the feeling when you are like in a situation
Oh,
like that,
God.
when you're totally out, and men are
Yeah.
men don't take social cues very good.
No.
But you're there and you're trying to get away, and he's like trying to what
You turn the cheek.
You give
you
him
do
the
it. So
cheek.
she handled it perfectly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. You turn the
You
cheek.
turn the cheek
Little
and you
pat
back
on the back.
away.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's tough.
And you
Then
say you're a
then
little
you Homer
drunk.
hedge it.
Is it only because you're drunk though, or because you're kind of also a d-bag?
But that's an easy way to say it.
Right. You're scapegoating.
You're just like, you're a little drunk.
Right. Okay.
Not doing that.
Okay. All right.
I would
Ooh.
just tell him he's a douchebag.
Would you?
No.
No,
But I'd
because you're
like
close
to.
to home.
Rachel would be like, ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
Let's go for margarita.
I'd
next
be like, where's the bedroom?
week. Okay, and let's. Can we finish
Whoa.
it real quick?
No, because you love it. You love it.
Oh my
You're
God.
about like, no. But still, you're like, I love it.
I think you're right. See, the problem also is they do this show in LA,
He
So
just
it's-
danced. He just sidestepped out of
so it's
the
like
shot.
actory stuff.
It's the camera.
Yeah,
I don't think he
that
ever
was the
had her.
alcohol.
That's what I mean.
it's all of it.
It's all of
That was
it was not
bad.
good.
I do think they should bring this show back though.
Agreed.
I think they did. I think Nikki Glazer hosted a reboot for a
Did
minute.
she?
Yeah, like not too long ago.
Wait, that's amazing.
I know, and she would be perfect for it. But okay, so
Ugh.
so
I
we
want to find that guy.
we honestly wanted to find him too.
Yeah,
Right.
but you
But-
couldn't.
No,
Oh,
but we through a random series of circumstances were able to find the date.
No.
The girl who was on the date with him.
Are
What?
you serious?
Yeah. Can we let
She's in the waiting room.
All right, let Lauren in.
stop
Are you
it!
serious?
Yeah. Lauren?
Hi.
I'm starstruck.
Well, first of all, Rachel Bilson starstruck. Thank you for doing the show, Lauren. We just watched your blind date. What year was that from? Do you remember?
2000. Oh my God. It was 22 years ago. I was 21.
21.
Wow.
2003.
Oh wow.
So we just watched it.
I know.
Whew.
What is it like? Because it is considered a very. You are involved in like a douche hurricane.
True. Which in the grand scheme of things, I was grateful for because I got so drunk that
Yeah.
when I saw the final edit 6 months later, I was grateful for him being that way because otherwise they could have focused more on me, which I'm glad they didn't.
Because you were so
Wow.
drunk. Because he outshined you.
Yes.
You had nothing to worry about. You come off fantastic in that.
Fantastic.
Oh,
You
thank you.
handled yourself well.
Yeah, we were very
Oh,
proud.
thanks. My husband's very proud of the fact that I'm even talking about this. He's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, my blind date.
Does he knows about it, obviously.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah,
He watched
He loves
it.
the story.
he does.
No, not really.
Well, I'm sure he does. But you come up. So, what was the process like? And then when you go and meet this guy, for a minute, it seemed like you were like, okay, yeah, this isn't the worst. But then
Yeah.
very quickly, what was your first reaction to the chin beard?
Didn't love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't that impressed with him when I saw him, but I'm like, oh, whatever. Just saw it was going to be a fun experience.
Yeah.
Some guy at a bar in Westwood. I went to UCLA. They picked us up. They picked me up from my sorority house. Our little house mom was this lady named Miss Dolly. She's like, "You're going to be a movie star." I'm like, no,
Ugh.
that's not what this is.
Miss Dolly. Just
But a guy at
delusional.
Westwood Bars was like talking to me, and he was a cute guy, and I was like, "Oh, he's just like flirting." And he's like, "Give me his card. He works for the show." So he was like recruiting,
Oh.
and so I actually went on a date with that guy.
I was
after.
going to say.
Oh. Your husband doesn't know that story.
No.
I don't know if I did give him all those details, but, you know.
You're in a quiet room right now.
Yeah.
Rachel Olivia were having very strong,
Very visceral reactions.
very visceral reactions to it.
to him.
Him.
To him. What do you? I mean, it seems like did you ever have any follow up with him at all?
One time we both went to UCLA. So one
Okay.
time I did see him on campus and I literally saw him coming one direction and I just turned and like ran the won't have to like talk to him. So we definitely never contacted again. But he had like a fan club. There were like a Facebook group. Blind Date Bill had like a fan club that popped up, and they found me, and they're like, "Oh my God, what happened to Bill?" No one cared about me. They're like, "Where's Bill? What happened to Bill?" I'm like, "I really don't know. Sorry."
Wow.
Well, maybe you guys can find him.
It says too much.
Yeah, it says a lot about the
America
and the male culture to some extent.
That's horrendous.
To herald him as some sort of hero.
I do have a little bit of story about the shaving situation. That was encouraged by the producers.
Okay.
Who, anytime we weren't shooting something, they were chatting with me. And they're like, what should we do? Like, you should try to get him to shave his beard, because we kept making jokes about the beard.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is why they're like, we're going to go down the street and get a razor. Because I don't even remember what bar we were at. It was some bar. They went and got the razor.
Flagged by Rachel.
Came back. Like, we couldn't find shaving cream. So you're going to use whipped cream from the bar on his face. And he's like, I'll do it if you give me a kiss, which I don't know if you saw that.
Oh.
Yeah, did. But it was literally like a peck, but they slow-moed it and they froze it.
Oh, man.
So they manipulated it to look longer. It was quick.
Yeah.
And then he's singing and he dumps the water with all the hair, the cup, into my lap.
I mean, that for me
that wasn't planned.
Yeah, no.
Did you wake up the next day feeling really embarrassed that you had to go through that with a camera on you?
Luckily, no, because I drank so much, I didn't really remember. I was like, oh, God.
What about
I don't know how this is going to turn. Because I was 21, and the main deal was you signed her life away for $100 and like the food and the drinks, and like gave us food, and we're like downing Jaeger shots. And the part of our date at the beginning, like you're going to do something active, wear like active clothes. They took us to like a boys and girls club in Santa Monica and had us raking leaves.
What?
What?
We were,
I
like,
mean,
where was that? I'm in like a little skirt and heels, like trying to rake some leaves. And then they're like, oh, you're going to get massages at this hotel in Santa Monica.
You did all this?
I did. They didn't show because it was bored. Like, that part was boring.
Well, yeah, but who set up the Boys and Girls Club?
That's what I want to know.
Like, the first part of the blind date will be like Sister Act. And then you'll go to a hotel for massages.
And then the massages, I thought we would get massages next to each other. They're like, oh no, you're going to go in this little room with this dude and 2 producer guys and a cameraman, like 4 men, and be in this little room on the table, and he's going to give you the worst massage of your life.
Wow.
So then once I got to the drinking part, I'm like, let's go. Like, let's make the most.
Seriously. This end quick.
TV magic, everybody.
When it aired, what was your reaction, and what was the reaction of the people around you?
I was relieved because even though I knew that anyone who knew me could tell that I was like, you know, very drunk, but because he overshadowed me so much and like focused so much on him, I was grateful that that's how it ended up. I brought the VHS, I taped it on TV, and I brought it home and showed my entire extended family at Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
Also
and my mom, I mentioned that to her yesterday. She's like, what? Why did I must have blocked it from my memory. I'm like,
oh my God.
I was like, this is a very LA thing that was happening while I was living there. I don't know. I just don't know how people go on these shows for months at a time on a Bachelor or any other like dating show where they are just.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like those shows now are like we want to do like 40 episodes with the same people,
right?
Yeah.
Or at least your nightmare was over in one evening.
9 minutes on TV.
I wonder if any couples actually emerged from that show.
From Blind Date.
Oh, I bet they did.
Good research.
Yeah, that is
wanna
good,
know.
and it's actually research we should have already had for this segment.
That's why I brought it up.
All right, Byrnes. So you found Lauren from the date. Go ahead,
I
Lauren.
could tell Alex, I'm like, if anyone can find Bill, you can probably find him.
I don't know if I would want to talk to Bill.
I wonder, but I do wonder where Bill is.
It would be great to find out where he is.
Right?
I wonder
I
if he
can
likes
help Alex
it.
and let him know if I can figure it out.
I bet he has deluded himself into thinking it was a good look because it's so embarrassing.
Right, he's bought his own.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, my beard was a little weird, but other than that, I stand by it.
No, he still has that beard.
He still has the
100%.
beard. It's just like kind of gray.
So.
Well, Lauren, we're gonna find Bill and we're gonna hunt him, and that's the only way to do it. Well, thank you for joining us. Honestly,
Thank you.
I was
Thank you for helping me relive my,
Well, and here's what was great was nobody, as we were going through it, was like, I don't like what she's doing. We were all like, oh,
No,
poor Lauren.
We literally said,
I know, yeah,
I was like, oh, I really
We
like
would have
her.
edited it out.
But was she listening?
Yeah, she heard everything.
You heard everything?
I'm just kidding. No.
Oh, okay. We were nice about you.
Yeah.
All I
Yeah.
said is you seemed guarded from him.
And we didn't
that
know
you
why.
handled the kiss
Yes.
right. We all knew that was not for you.
And the one other little thing is at the very end, they took us to a neighbor. So they picked me up from the sorority house I lived in, but at the end, We went to a random neighborhood, I think somewhere around like the Westwood area, and went up to a door that was not where he lived or I lived, and did like a fake goodbye. And we were doing like our exit interview like in the streets of this like random neighborhood, and then they put me in a cab and sent me back to my
Stop.
store.
Imagine you live in the house there, and then you just open
like at the doorstep
to Bill sidestepping his way to the front door.
Margarita.
I know. Alex texted me. He's like, "You love it." I'm like, "You love it." Was like the catchphrase.
You love it. It's
love it.
so.
No
That's
good
your-
man
that's not
has
your-
ever
No.
said
That's not
you
your
love
go-to.
it.
No, you guys. I'm sorry. You would have like therapist Joe would have been like, "This guy's a little too depressed for this show." I'd have been like, "I don't know what I did. I'm sorry."
You love it.
Well, Lauren, first of all, I think it's very good that they didn't drive you to where you lived. That's the only call I've heard. Sending you to the
True.
Boys and Girls Club is completely ludicrous to rake leaves as a setup. But anyway, thank you for joining us.
Of course.
We're all big fans. It's finally it's nice to finally meet you after watching the
I listened to
4
a
minute.
couple episodes of Broad Ideas this morning. You girls are fabulous.
Oh, thank
Subscribing.
you.
Did you listen to any of my stuff?
No.
I did a little bit. I've been watching it. Alex has been promoting you. And
Oh,
I've been
okay. It's not a big
enjoying-
deal. Like I don't either.
She didn't say you were wonderful.
No, obviously you love it. You love it. I'm the podcast version of You Love It. Thanks a lot, Lauren. Really
Thank
appreciate it. And I'm glad you're happy and married and your husband understands that that was not your decision.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Well,
Amazing.
Rachel and Olivia, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for giving me a old show that I can now binge.
Yep, you're
Yes.
welcome. And come back. We'll do a version of this again if you
Please.
like.
Can't wait.
I only want to do this.
Okay, great.
Okay, great.
All right.
Okay, great.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right, next we have, I don't really know what to classify this as. I thought I wanted to involve some of my friends in the show, but also people who I thought were kind of experts. You know, the show is ever changing, it's ever growing. That's why I encourage people to leave comments on the videos or wherever you listen to your podcast, because, you know, we'll read that and we like the influence. So I thought I'd have a couple of my friends come in and kind of help me with some ideas or thoughts as what the show could be. But honestly, I apologize. What are ways to capture people's attention? And Luke and Berg, you guys are brought in to kind of help brainstorm a little bit of that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, it's important that I think, look, it's it's clear you guys know what's going on. Luke has a library background in Berg. You almost fully have your screen taken up by a picture of the universe, but there's some white spots on the side. Even when you move your computer a little bit to this, that's better, but that's not what you started with. So
no, sorry,
that's okay.
I was throwing it in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this hasn't been taken seriously. But so yeah, I don't know, Byrnes, do you have jumping off points, or do you guys want to just?
I mean, I thought this was kind of like a pitch meeting. You know,
Who's pitching?
All of us. We're like, this is like a pitch
Well,
meeting.
I don't have a pitch. I mean, I'm doing a podcast.
We're pitching you.
Well, let's pitch.
Like stories that we can research.
I've got
and-
pitches.
Let's go. What do you got?
Do you want me to pitch you now or like when we were recording?
We're recording.
We started?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
we're
is
going.
this is for Hollywood?
I don't know how to answer that, but we are doing this.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay,
It's
hold
weird
on.
that you're getting so animated and becoming like a performer.
changed
Watching
everything.
you do that is embarrassing.
Hey, execs, how you doing? Steve Berg. You can
No
get my
execs
reel.
are here.
Yeah, well, link my
Podcast-
reel after this.
No, where's your reel?
I can link it. I can drop it in the chat if you want.
Do not.
Okay, so yesterday I got a text from a fellow Bigfoot researcher, guy who runs the podcast.
I'm already very negative on this one, but keep going.
This guy texted me yesterday. I was over at my parents, and it was all caps, said "Red Alert," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" So obviously the bat signal went out. So I broke away from my family, and I called Jeremiah, and he told me that at the Lorenzen Botanical Gardens, which is close to downtown Omaha, 5 people reported seeing a Bigfoot. This is major news. And then I got.
How does this benefit me though? Because so far this feels like
well,
very.
I'll tell you how it benefits you.
Okay.
So my pitch to you
Are you
is
in a turtleneck?
No, I wish I was.
Okay.
I'm thinking about.
You should start doing those.
I'll start with the mock, and then we'll go full. And then
Perf.
Yeah.
Okay, so a bunch of people in Omaha thought they saw Bigfoot.
Yeah, right. And there's a historical precedent for people seeing Bigfoot around this area going back 50 years. I have documentation. Here's my pitch to
How
you.
have they not gotten him?
Hey, elusive. I'm not sure it's really a.
You think at one point they'd get him?
And why does it have to be? But you say him. Everyone always says him.
Am I misgendering the big? Okay, her.
You are, because Patty, the Patterson footage is, the famous Bigfoot footage from Washington back in '67.
The one time where some guy Zapruder filmed a Bigfoot, exactly. And then that was the last time.
Well, that's genuine, obviously. But that was good footage. I can't remember my point was.
That's bad for the point.
Let me tell you. So my pitch to you on this is: we put up trail cams in the Lorenzen Gardens. I got connections. I can get us. If we got undeniable proof of a 8-foot tall, hair-covered creature that is yet to be recognized by science, that's invaluable. We could retire tomorrow. Let
me just bring people in on you and your history of belief. You and I.
Not belief. I don't believe.
Yes, you do. One time we were in a bar in Maine. And we were drunk, and you were red-faced. And on the screen, it was talking about what was later to be revealed as a Bigfoot hoax, which I knew the moment I saw it on the screen. But it said, it had a picture of these people. These people said they had captured a Bigfoot. Yeah. And it was being framed as bullshit and all that stuff.
It was in a deep freeze.
You pointed to the TV in the bar, and you said, Gareth. And when I finally looked over, you pointed at the TV with a big smile on your face. And do you remember what you said?
We got him.
We got him. like when Obama got Bin Laden, we got him.
And I believe I drank just enough where I might have been crying a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, there were emotions. And I was sort of trying to talk you down. But what I was really doing was being like, can I be friends with an adult who's crying over this?
Well, I speak to animals too. Gareth, I have a long history. I'm
nixing the Bigfoot cam thing. Right off the bat. This is a podcast. I'm not going to put cameras in your city.
Okay.
I don't see the connection.
Oh, well, I'm making you rich.
Do we want Luke to... Luke, do you have something? Because I think Berg will go on for a while here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not totally unrelated, but it's a little more down to earth.
I wish it were totally unrelated.
I want to supply fun nature facts.
Okay.
I'm doing a deep dive. Like, for example, here's
good.
one I just came up in conversation last night. Do you know that bees... all bees that might sting you are lady bees exclusively? The men bees don't even have stingers. They just, excuse the language, they do it. They're only there to do it. And when they do, they, I don't know if the term is still ejaculate, but they...
I'm going to stop you right there just because...
Well, hold on. Wait, this is not the fun part yet. They go so hard that it literally...
please stop saying that they go so hard and talk about bees. What do they do?
They literally make audible bang sounds, and the queen bee can get so much bee jizz in her, royal jelly. That's not what royal jelly is, but I'm using it as a dirty term, that she can store that for up to 7 years worth of...
Jesus Christ.
Bee cum, and then just sort of fertilizes off of that until... she's ready to die, and then throws out pheromones. It's like, hey, little bees, why don't you go ahead and make a new queen?
Speaking of bee cum, I don't like where this is all headed. It's becoming problematic, to be honest.
See?
No.
It set up a really fun pun.
You had me really excited with animal facts, and then you just talked about how the queen stores bee cum in her stomach for 7 years.
Well, that's bees. I mean, they're insects. So I guess that insects are... just by virtue of being insects, a little bit creepy, a little weirder than, the mammals.
Creepy.
Mammals are fun though.
It's a good idea. I think the execution was pretty bad, to be honest.
Okay. But we can work on it.
There's something there. I would just stop when you say bang and cum and jizz. That really starts to throw your point off a little bit.
A lot of animals are going to be fornicating.
Okay.
It's how.
Right. Well, then it's
not
really animal fact.
That's not actually true.
Byrnes, you have a list?
I have something. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to start off with a wide-ranging, hard-hitting history of the dachshund.
Oh.
No, don't owe that.
Yeah, and the many
we should point out he has
snubs.
Should point out he has a pinky ring on.
Sure do. Yeah. It's fashionable.
Yeah. I don't know if that influences anyone's.
They probably are thinking, wow, that guy keeps up with the times.
Wow, that guy put bee cum in his stomach for 7 years.
I didn't. That's got nothing to do with me.
The history of dachshund is not what I'm going for.
No, well, I mean, there's a lot there.
I really don't even care to listen.
They're hunting animals, you know, bred to go after badgers, like pretty vicious.
It says a lot that Berg's is the best idea so far, and that involves me putting cameras in a town center.
I mean, you can hear. I got a lot on this.
Give me the best thing about a dachshund quickly.
Well, this is the worst thing, really. Like the worst thing that ever happened.
Sure.
During World War I, anti-German sentiment was so bad in the United States that they would stone dachshunds to death in the streets.
Jesus Christ. All right, let me talk to you about what we're going for.
I don't think it's a good thing. I'm very pro-dachshund. But I mean, these horrors of the past need light shed on them.
Okay. Berg.
Also sort of honing in on my territory of fun animal facts.
I don't want there to be feuding over... Okay.
I mean, bees are very different from dachshunds.
Please?
And his is like way grosser.
Please stop talking. The two guys who have pinky rings on are fighting over who can be creepier with animal facts. Berg, you're high probably. What do you have anything else?
Sure, Gareth. Of course, I got a lot. Let's go. Okay, let's go with something fun.
Great.
Everyone and their mom knows that there is some kind of global ramen craze going on. And it's not high-end fancy ramen you'd find like in New York City or Los Angeles. It is ramen mostly being had out of 7-Elevens in South Korea and other places in Asia. And now they're actually bringing all these gimme bops, kimmy bops, all kinds of ramens. And ramen has this whole culture, and it is deeply, deeply fascinating to me. There's almost like this co-creative narrative happening with the characters, because they have kind of anime characters on in the front of the Boldak packages.
Here's what I'm going to say. Ramen is so hot right now.
Yeah, ramen's hot. It's a soup.
Ramen is red hot. It's like
you can also eat it cold though.
You can with
leftovers,
maybe some cucumbers and a light peanut sauce.
Yeah, but what if you got a guest on the show, Gareth, and they're like, I got ramen questions.
Okay.
Boom, you go to Steve. He's your ramen guy.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have areas of expertise. Think of us like a living brain trust.
You ever see Pawn Stars?
I don't. That's not a comp I'm really looking to get.
Yeah, where they're like, oh, we gotta talk to the expert on old documents. We're gonna bring him in. They got a documents guy.
Yeah.
Or somebody who knows firearms.
Are you looking for controversy? Are you looking for something a little bit of a this might get some attention?
That could be interesting. Sure.
Okay. I have a theory, and I'm not alone. It's mostly taken off the wonderful film critic Pauline Kael, that Star Wars has ruined the artistic momentum that the 1970s filmmakers like Robert Altman, Martin Scorsese, David Lynch, Coppola, the list goes on and on, had set forth. There was this great, where art was infused in the mainstream. Then Star Wars comes along and turns everyone to baby men. I think it actually has hurt society, and I think instead of making awesome, memorable anti-war films, we're now making something that's it's like a one male's hero journey over and over and over again. And I think it has actually done psychic damage, not to America, but to the world.
Well, now, to a man who's obsessed over finding an 8-foot-tall hairy creature, telling me that Star Wars is part of the problem.
One's real, one ain't, baby.
I don't believe that to be true. I think that there's a bit of hypocrisy in you telling me that Star Wars is turned, while your background is a goddamn galaxy. And you were talking about putting cameras in your town center so that we could find what is essentially a Wookiee.
Look, it's a botanical garden on the outskirts of
Yes,
North
but do you
Omaha.
understand why I'm saying that you can't, in the same breath, tell me that Wookiees have ruined everything and, hey, let's find an 8-foot-tall, strange, space-traveling hairball?
You know what? Yes. But your mind just got opened up because you said space traveling. Before it was just some
just because I've heard you talk about it.
You've learned too, and you're influenced. This is great. Big breakthrough.
So far, the takeaway from this is Berg should probably be wearing turtlenecks. What, Luke?
I'm going to dovetail with Steve here. And
do not dovetail with him.
Maybe it's just a directional thing, because I was going to pitch, boom, sci-fi fantasy. I know it's a weak spot, but it's very popular. Marvel movies, they're kind of shit in the bed, but DC is about to do new Superman. Dune, everybody's hot for Dune.
What's the pitch here? What are you saying?
It's that we can be the men in your ear. You'll have a little earpiece like you're on the cover, and when you're interviewing somebody or talking to somebody or having a conversation, and they're like, Gareth, you're the Quisach Haderach of podcasting, and you're like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
we'll go, don't worry, it's the Messiah on the planet of Dune, where they harvest spice worm from the drowned
You don't even know where.
No, I do. Listen, the Shai Halud, they drown them in water.
Stop using this as a platform to be nerds.
But I'm not. We're not. We're saying we're your guys in the chair.
I'm going to be okay. So I'm going to wear an earpiece, and then you guys are what? Going to help me have these nerdy points?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't want to be a total Luddite and behind on the tizymes,
do not call me a Luddite and say tizymes in the same sentence.
All right. So you're not into the nerd stuff. What about sports? What about sports?
I'm sorry. Do you not want to get cast?
I like where Byrnes is going. Yeah. I like where Byrnes is going. Sports. Okay.
Sports. Oh yeah.
God. This is an expose, on how everyone's been lied to. This is going to be a redemption story for the fans of Philadelphia. When everything happened with everybody talks about snowballs being thrown at Santa.
And batteries. They threw batteries at Santa.
No. One guy threw a D battery at J.D. Drew because he refused to sign with the Phillies, even though they drafted him number 1 overall.
Still inappropriate.
I'm not saying that's okay, but fuck J.D. Drew. He's not Santa Claus.
Okay.
What size battery would you have thrown, Byrnes?
A 9-volt.
The square.
That's respectable.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not even sure where you're going. You're just kind of ranting about Philly being disrespected.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm taking the opportunity to rant about that.
Here's the problem. And I really appreciate you guys all hopping on, but I'm not going to lie. So far, I'm going to veto every one of these. It needs to be applicable to stuff that I'm going to do. It's not just like it would need to be like something along the lines of like, okay, here's a game. The game is this a real or fake animal fact? Or is this
animal facts?
Yeah, well, because there's the well is dry.
Okay, I actually have one. I have one.
Okay.
Let's lube the well with beat cum is what I'm saying.
Stop saying that. Go ahead, Byrnes.
I could do deep research on the Gareth Reynolds family tree.
Ooh.
Dig into your genealogical history.
Okay.
I love
out
this. I like.
Yeah. Find out where were the royals.
Where were the royals?
Yeah. Who was royal? Who was a slave owner?
Jesus Christ. Well, I don't know if I want to know who the slave. I mean, let's keep it. Let's try to keep it light. Let's not bring in the slave owner part.
Heroes.
Just no slave owners.
Maybe you don't. Maybe there's none of that in your tree.
I guarantee you there is. It's English.
Hold on, I got one. It's
no.
one where you polygraph different people.
I don't have that technology. You're coming
you
up
can
with.
get it.
Is that how it works? I'm not a polygraph
You're not dreaming
expert.
big enough.
No, you don't. I am dreaming big enough. Thank you guys very much for trying to help. I think off air, let's maybe do a notes session, and if we do this again, let's just try to kind of narrow it down a little bit. And it's
I don't know how you get more specific than cameras in a botanical garden trying to capture a Bigfoot. You'd be rich.
Okay, all right.
We would never have to work again. You wouldn't even have to do this podcast again.
All right, I like doing the show. So thank you guys very much. Really appreciate it.
We could do a weird news segment.
That's basically what we just did do. All right, thanks,
point.
guys. Thank you. Okay, next we have a youth correspondent. So I'm a youthful old man. Everybody always says that. But we brought in Amelia Marino, who is young. And she is kind of trying to make sure that I'm keeping a lock on younger demographics, which are, is very important. So Amelia came in to sort of help me keep an eye on the streets, I don't think the kids say that, but she didn't tell me what they say, so it's hard for me to know. Anyway, Amelia came in and was very helpful, at least I think. I honestly don't know how much of it I retained. It might be the flaw in this, but either way, she's also on the Doughboys podcast. That's where you might know her from, which is an awesome podcast, which I actually did recently. You can go give a listen to that episode. But here, enjoy this.
Gareth, we have a new show we're doing, obviously. This is our first big recording.
Yeah.
We just talked for 15 minutes about how old you are and how out of touch you feel.
I definitely don't want to be like, I'm an old guy.
Yeah.
Let's poke me.
But
it is fair to say that even if I were to be how old are you? Can I ask you that?
Of course. I am old enough to be the mother of these children that are these Gen Alpha children talking all this slang that we're about to discuss. I'm 30 years old.
Okay, so I'm older. I think even if I was 30, I would be considered out of touch because I just have never been in touch. But I think with the age now combined with the fact that I'm already out of touch makes me go I'll see. I genuinely see stuff and I'm like, why are they? What? Someone's gonna get killed. Like I always am like, this is crazy. So yeah, so you, there are like I remember like Riz, like I caught on to Riz like way too
Riz
late.
is charisma. It's easy to remember.
But I started. It was probably like a year into Riz where I was like Riz, and people were like, don't use Riz anymore. It's
I think
hacky.
Riz is still in.
Is it still good?
Yeah, and we got the Rizzler now. You know who the Rizzler is.
I'm big into those guys.
I love the Costco
guys. I'm big into. I give them a. You know who I go back and forth with about the Costco guys? Paul Scheer and I have a relationship purely based on the Costco guys.
What can you tell me more about it?
Well, we were at a show one night, and the people who were backstage, aside from us, didn't know who the Costco guys were. And so he and I, like the Three Stooges, trying to get into the same room at the same time, like we're fumbling over each other to. And so we just kept kind of explaining to people who the Costco guys were.
Isn't it a joy to explain to someone for the first time who the Costco guys are and just see the look, the brightness in their eyes?
Yeah, it
light
almost
up.
looks like the Costco guys.
Yeah.
Eyes, where you're kind of explaining to them, like, look, everything's falling apart, and here's validation for that with the Costco guys. So
this is Amelia.
Huh?
Oh, yes.
This is Amelia.
Right. Hi, Amelia. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Amelia.
Hi,
I work
Amelia.
for the Doughboys
Yep.
podcast.
Yep.
I know
Friend of
Amelia
show.
through the Headgum Studios
Mhm.
and was talking about some segment ideas. And Amelia and I were chatting, and she just listed off so many words I've never heard in my life before.
And Kevin, you're 32.
I'm 32. I am barely 2 years older than Amelia.
But so you have a lot of terms that blew Kevin's 32-year-old mind.
Yeah, I was in the Headgum kitchen and I was like, "What the Sigma?" And then Kevin was like, "What did you just say?" And I was like,
Did you really say
I
that?
said, "What the Sigma?"
Yes.
Fuck.
So we need your
It's
help,
already
Amelia, teaching Grandpa Gareth some of these words.
I'm
and
not
phrases.
comfortable with that.
Or just seeing which of these does Gareth know.
It's going to be none of them. Well, what the Sigma?
So Sigma is a positive term that means someone who marches to the beat of their own drum.
Okay.
Someone who is kind of has alpha energy, a lone
Right.
wolf.
Sure. Why not what the alpha?
This is so hard to explain, but it's derived from this AI soundbite of Squidward tentacles from SpongeBob.
It feels like
saying,
you're just like came in here like, and we're just like, I'm going to make up a bunch of shit
I
and see if
know.
he picks up on it.
And the fact that I know that, look, I'm 30 years old.
Yeah.
I'm probably out of touch too. There's probably some 12-year-old. I mean, do 12-year-olds watch this?
No,
Probably not.
no way.
But they'd be like, "What? She's out of touch." Whatever. This is my understanding of it.
You're our youngest listener.
What were you trying to say when you said what is that?
Well,
mean?
I was kind of saying it ironically in the
Oh.
Headgum kitchen. I think I dropped something and I was like, "What the Sigma?" And
And Kevin was like, pardon?
it's a positive term.
Okay.
It means like a cool guy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Someone with Riz.
Someone with Riz.
See, I'm
for
still
sure.
milking Riz.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
going
milk
to use Riz a lot during this.
You can use Riz. I
Okay.
highly encourage it.
Okay. All right. So that's a good barometer. All
We
right.
got-
So what do you have?
I have Oxford's Word of the Year for 2024, which was just announced yesterday. Brainrot.
Brainrot?
That's the word of the year.
I mean, I feel like I know what that is,
Yeah.
right?
What's your understanding of it?
Well, mine would just be that your brain, your mind has deteriorated probably from just spending too much time figuring out what the Sigma means.
100%.
Okay.
Hit the
yeah.
nail on the head.
Yeah. Okay. See? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm shocked you got one.
We should stop now. Okay.
Okay, we got Skibbity or Skibbity Toilet.
Well, but it's obviously tough to hear the second one. Skibbity or Skibbity Toilet?
Yeah.
Skibbity Toilet. It's very strange.
Skibbity, from my understanding, is kind of like tofu. It just takes up the flavor of whatever context it's in, and it kind of doesn't mean anything.
It's just, I feel lost
Yeah.
already. Take my hand. So, Skibbity, it just is sort of like a
It doesn't really mean anything. It can mean
All right, so
it can mean
Skibbity
cool.
Toilet-
It can mean stupid. It can mean bad. It can mean
Skibbity can mean all those
it
things.
can mean it's just kind of.
I'm from an
it's
era where
nothing.
words had definition, and that was important.
Yeah, Skibbity is just like
It's
and
kind of
Skibbity
just like
Toilet originates from this YouTuber who created an animation of this guy coming
know
out of
this.
the toilet going skibbity bup dup dup dup
I know this.
to that song
Yeah.
by
it's
Bizer King.
huge.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
huge.
I've seen this guy. See, for me, it's like I spent so long trying to do comedy, and then you'll be like, finally finished writing this, and then like someone puts that on, and I'm like, kill me. Like, why is there just a head in the toilet going like skibbity bap 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 bap? And you're like, shit.
Sometimes people just like the most basic shit. And...
I can't bring myself to do the thing where I just look into the phone and like talk.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do stand up, so
you're kind of doing it right now. But
yeah,
on
but I'm
microphone.
not like walking down the street just like explain to me what like I can't do that shit. I've tried that, and it's hard for me to do. And then when nobody cares about it, I'm like, I can't believe I sold my soul for 1,000 views.
But the thing is, I think you have to just keep doing it, and then
I can't.
one of them will hit.
It's a skibbity toilet to me.
Yeah.
So skibbity toilet is referencing the skibbity guy in the toilet.
Yeah. Well, it's since evolved to like just kids just saying skibbity toilet. Yeah, but it is a reference.
To what?
To literally nothing. I think. I don't know.
If I were
I'm
to
not
just be like, "How's your sandwich?"
Yeah, it's skibbity.
That would work.
I think that would work.
Crazy. Okay, that's good to know. All right, what else?
You could also say that sandwich is Ohio if you don't like it.
What?
Yeah.
Why? What did
Ohio, Ohio also depends on the context. But it usually means cringe or
Ohio?
or lame or even like a little chaotic.
Where does that come from?
From Ohio, the state.
Because we're just against them?
Yeah, I guess I think it starts off, it originated from Ohio being this like capitalist wasteland of America, and these Ohio memes just started happening.
Well,
and
there's
now
a
Ohio
lot of
is
like,
word that,
I mean, there's like a lot of terrible shit that has happened in Ohio.
Yeah.
Like the rivers caught on fire first. That was where we were like, whoa, you can burn water.
Yeah.
That's cool. There's also like, I mean, we've polluted them tremendously.
For sure.
But that's why I feel like we shouldn't be like, bringing them to being like, hey, you suck.
You're beating them while they're down.
Yeah, exactly. It's very skibbity.
It's
Don't you
skibbity
think?
as hell. I think it's skibbity. I think I also think it's kind of, let me see what else.
Wow,
we
that
got
list
here.
is long.
Yeah, no, this is a long list.
No wonder you didn't make the flashcards.
Yeah. Okay. We got looks maxing and aura maxing.
Looks maxing, I would imagine, is like really checking someone out, or like someone's very attractive.
Yes,
And
but
then aura maxing would be like their energy or their attitude or their personality. It's a little riz.
Pretty much, yeah, a little riz. For sure. I would say looks maxing is
Could be a
more
little
of
riz.
what you're doing to yourself.
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's basically maximizing your own appearance through bodybuilding, mewing. That's another word.
Mewing.
It's when you put your tongue to the roof of your mouth and you get that snatched jawline like this.
What? Listen, I'm not trying to knock you, but whenever someone Jay Leno's themselves more, I think that's the wrong direction. So wait, so the tongue on the roof of the mouth?
Yeah, you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth and you go like this.
What are you doing? You're just putting your chin out?
Kind of
I'm snatching my jawline.
It would have been nice to just. Isn't that why we have filters? Like, isn't the whole thing that why the filters exist? So you don't have to walk
mewing
around?
to looks max.
All right, I'm good. I'm looks max
And
anyway.
I think it's a term that originated. I think the incels came up with this one.
Well,
to
then
like,
should we be like embracing what the incel
hell
culture is
yeah,
pushing on us?
brother.
Yeah, it's cool. This is how you want to look, and then never fuck.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, they do it to try to increase their social status. I believe they want to looks max to.
Is it? It's just. It does. I just cannot stop being like, get off my lawn. Kind
Yeah.
of like, just go to the movies. Like it's okay.
And then aura
Aura
maxing,
yeah.
that's basically the same thing, but with vibes and like
Vibes.
action. So like if you, I don't know, if I were to, I don't know, trip and fall on my face, that's minus 1,000 aura for me.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Don't trip. How
I
dare you.
won't.
Okay. All right.
Plus 1,000 aura for you for having me on your podcast.
Oh yeah. So that's. I've done good by you.
Yes.
We agree.
We agree.
Yes.
I'm glazing right now, basically. So that's
Glazing.
another term.
I feel like I've heard that one.
Glazing is a simp or a brown nose.
Oh, and then I don't know what it is.
So
is glaze? I mean, is that off?
Yeah.
You tell me what that's off of, because if I guess, I'm
You know,
wrong.
you're guessing correct. I already know what you're gonna say. It's
Okay.
like, it's supposed to illustrate glazing jizz onto somebody.
You know, here's what's nice. I don't know how I would have said it, but it definitely would have had more words and been more vanilla. And then you're just tossing around jizz so comfortably, because I would have thought that's what I thought. Glazing is just
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
I appreciate the glaze. Yeah.
No problem.
That's great.
Okay, we got
Yeah. See, to me, I'd be like, this is what we should do next. We should have my mother on and have me do this to her. Because if she heard that, she would be like, "It's what?" And I'd be like, when cum dries and it gets shiny. No, yeah, she is. What if she wasn't? When I do impressions of women, they're always English. No, she is English. And be like, when jizz dries and it looks like a donut? You what? It'd be like that. Okay, great. Okay, so that was
that was glazing.
Glazing.
We got along the same vein. We got gooning or edging.
Edging, I know.
Edging's easy. Gooning is just jerking off for long periods of time.
What's the point there?
Some people are
see
trying
that this is incel stuff.
Yeah, I think this is
jacking
incel
off
stuff.
to me is like it's like filling the Brita. I'm like, hurry.
Yeah.
As soon as that project's over, we can move on.
Yeah, and gooning is just like filling the Brita with the thing just on, and it's just running through, and it just can never get full.
Yeah,
that's gooning.
But I don't understand gooning still.
It's just jerking off, and
it is jerking off.
Yeah, for a very long time.
How long is a long time?
I think it's subjective.
To me,
for some people in this room, maybe it's over 3 minutes.
three minutes of jerking off to me is the absolute ceiling. That is the absolute maximum. That to me is like crazy. I really won't. I took like 5 years away from porn.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then when I went back,
was it from when you were 0 to 5?
Yes, that's right. Before they made it. Before the invention. It just like struck me as like, I just had one of those things where I'm like, it's so fucking weird to like, to
abstain?
Well, no, to like be so comfortable being like on a porn site and being like, there is a million videos of people just, it's very weird. And I feel like it steals a little bit from actual sex.
100%.
I don't think, I wasn't having any like issues, but I was like, it seemed fucking weird. So I stopped. And what I would do is, my buddy was like, "What's your line?" And I was like, "I can look at pictures."
Wow.
And I did old school.
You
I
know
did what I was
say to
raised
that?
on was pictures, huh?
Plus 2,000 aura for you.
I was self-glazing. I self-glazed. All right. Crazy to make jerking off last, but that's...
Yeah, I guess maybe it makes edging just makes it better at the end.
Self-edging, I understand a little. I guess what you're trying to do is just when it's go time, be a little be a little better in the moment.
I think some people do it because maybe it just gives them a more chutzpah when they go about their day.
That's strange to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not. By the way, that's the sound I make when I finish.
Chutzpah?
Yeah, and that's not even my mouth. It's there. And when it comes out, it's just chutzpah. And I'm like, whoa, buddy, we glazed. Well, thank you, Amelia.
Thank you so much for having me on. This was so much fun.
I could teach you an English word.
Please.
How about slash?
Like the guitarist?
These people are so foolish when they try to get... Slash means piss.
What?
Yeah, have a slash.
Oh my God, because you're slashing the air with your stream.
I don't know if that's right, but
I would assume that's
the
what
best
that means.
version I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, slash means pee.
I love that.
Gonna go have a slash.
Fuck.
Amelia, do you want to plug your Instagram?
Oh yeah, sure. You can follow me on Instagram at Skidmark4. You can follow the Doughboys podcast.
The first 3 were taken, or 4 is important?
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 were taken, so I had to resort
I like
to
that
4.
didn't get you off the...
Yeah, no, I was
better than being 5th. That's what I say.
100%.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you, Skidmark4.
Thank you so much for having me, Gareth.
Appreciate it.
So many segments. Thank the Lord above. Thank the Lord above. But let's start again.
That was a Headgum podcast.